Good evening. Welcome to the Yorkton News at 5. The Saskatchewan NDP says the government's PST on construction is a chokehold on growth. NDP MLA Alina Young was in Yorkton to call on Premier Scott Moe to cut the 6% PST imposed on the Grain Millers Drive construction project. The NDP estimates that the tax costs builders an estimated about $484 million every year since the government introduced it in 2017. The NDP claims it's driving up the costs of infrastructure and housing across Saskatchewan.
Whether it's that hospital, whether it's that water treatment plant, whether it's Grain Millers Road, taking the 6% PST off of these projects ensures that that money stays here in the community instead of going directly into the Sask Party bank account.
CTV News reached out to the government for comment but did not receive a response before broadcast. A 44-year-old Regina man has been charged with dangerous operation of a conveyance causing death. Around noon on October 12th of last year, police responded to a collision on a 3400 block of Dutney Avenue. A freight truck ran through a red light at the intersection of Dutney Avenue and Elphinstone Street, striking another vehicle. The truck then struck a 19-year-old woman inside a bus shelter. EMS performed life-saving measures on the woman, but she died on scene. After a 4-month investigation, police charged the driver of the truck. He made his first court appearance this afternoon. Scott Collegiate in Regina had a chance to show off one of their more pristine academies today. Grade 8 students from Regina Public Schools stopped to learn about the Scott Police Academy. Students and leaders showed the different police divisions, including the explosive unit, K9, and SWAT.
I developed in a way where I gained leadership skills, communication skills, and skills to work with others. And before that, you never really had that coming out of grade 8.
Drill classes we do, they teach us how to be closer with each other and communicate without speaking. And I think that's a really good thing for us as an academy to be able to do.
At the moment, the Scott Police Academy has about 70 to 80 students enrolled. Well, today is International Holocaust Remembrance Day. Survivors visited the Auschwitz concentration camp memorial site to commemorate the 81st anniversary of the liberation of the Nazi camp. The former prisoners laid flowers and wreaths at the execution wall, also known as the Wall of Death, where German forces fatally shot thousands of people. About 6 million Jews and millions of others were killed by the Nazis during the Holocaust. Back in Saskatchewan, the town of Indian Head says it will fight the closure of an agricultural research centre in the community. The facility is one of 7 being closed by the federal government across Canada. An estimated 30 employees in Indian Head would be impacted. The closure is part of a government effort to reduce the size of the federal civil service. The Indian Head Centre has been conducting crop research since 1887. The town says it will work with federal and provincial elected representatives to fight this closure.
They did research into, from the way I understand it, of making better crops, more protein, higher yields, different things like that, stuff that grows better in our climate. Is a necessity? Yes, I think it is a great thing for the farmers, and they're doing the research to help them along with their production.
The Indian Head Research Centre is one of 2 in the province being closed. The other location is in Scott. Sask Power says its grid remains strong as weekend weather strained power grids across the continent. A strong winter storm with heavy snow and freezing rains impacted people from West Texas all the way to eastern Canada on Sunday, and they had more than 500,000 Americans without power. Now, from Friday evening to Monday morning, Sask Power sold power to 14 states in the Midwest. With temperatures dropping below -30 here in Saskatchewan, demand remained consistently above 3,500 megawatts during the weekend. All right, we're not that cold anymore, Sabine, but we're slowly getting warmer and warmer as the week progresses.
Yeah, the Parkland would probably argue that they're not even seeing that. Yeah, that's because we have seen those wind chills still, especially in the Parkland, Lee. Started out the day with a wind chill of -40, saw those temperatures stay within the -20s for most of the day, got to about -19 late this afternoon, but the wind chills have remained in the -30s as well. Now, as we head into tonight, yes, those temperatures are going to dip back down, nearing the -30 mark, but as we continue, just like Lee said, not yet, but as we continue into the rest of this week, we will start to see some relief from these very frigid temperatures. But again, Not yet. Minus 28 tonight. A little bit of that cloud cover, but the sun has certainly helped. Heading into tomorrow, we will continue to see a lot more sunshine throughout the parkland. Minus 20 is the expected daytime high for Yorkton, but I swear there is relief on the way, and I'll have those details in your full forecast. Lee?
All right, thanks, Sabine. The Riders have secured another one of their Canadian defensive players for next season.
Rourke looks to his right. That's where he throws, and that's intercepted. Taken away. Lacombo's got it.
Defensive back Nelson Lacombo has signed a contract extension. The former U of S Husky had 23 tackles and an interception last year, playing safety and special teams. He was drafted by the Riders second overall in 2021. He missed his rookie season with a torn Achilles. Well, Family Literacy Week hopes to encourage families across the province to come together and turn everyday moments, especially mealtime, into learning opportunities. The parents and kids in this Saskatoon class improving literacy with fun activities. This is the 27th annual Family Literacy Day with a full week of activities that run through to Saturday, involving events and activities happening across the province. This year's theme is Make Mealtime Family Learning Time, and it highlights how simple moments like talking, counting, reading, and even cooking together can build strong literacy skills at home. Focusing on reading and having conversations with kids is important, especially with so much of our lives right now consumed with technology.
Learning starts from birth, if not even before. And so when we read with our children, spend time with our children, talk with our children, we're exposing them to vocabulary, we're exposing them to increased concentration, we're making eye contact, all the good thing that strengthens learning.
Harrow Yarek reminds parents that kids under 2 shouldn't have any screen time. Families can download a family literacy bingo card and take part in activities through their local family literacy hub, and that happens until January 31st. All right, nice little high shot of the city of Yorkton. How are those temperatures? Sabine's got the details coming up.
A chilly day in the parkland for sure, but like I said, relief is on the way, just not soon enough. I know we are getting a little bit tired of these chilly temperatures, but as we approach near the weekend, there will be a shift. Now, the wind chill is still going to play a factor in some of these temperatures over the next day or two, as it will as we head into the weekend, but not as bad as what we have been seeing. And the good news is in the parkland, at least, we don't have those cold warnings issued anymore. However, we still have some of them in effect for northern Saskatchewan, where they are experiencing, especially heading into the overnight, with wind chills in the minus 50 and colder range or value. But as we take a closer look at what the parkland has coming up, not a whole lot when it comes to active weather, but we will possibly see some of that later on this week as well. But over the next couple of days, mostly just cloudy conditions on and off throughout the rest of the next couple of days at least. But tomorrow we will see mostly sunny conditions, especially for the parkland. We can see heavier cloud cover in parts of western Saskatchewan, but in terms of what we'll see in the parkland, possibly some light cloud cover to start the day, but mainly sunny conditions throughout most of the day in the parkland. Temperatures, again, gradually getting warmer, but not by a whole lot. We'll see a little bit of a shift in those temperatures heading into tomorrow. Now, tonight, the average low for this time of year, especially in the parkland, is about minus 23. So we are close to that average, if not a little warmer, for areas like Humboldt and Watrous at minus 20, minus 25 for Wynyard, minus 26 for Swan River, Melville, and minus 27 for Hudson Bay. The daytime highs this time of year usually hovering around about minus 11, minus 12. Not quite there, so still chilly tomorrow. Wind chill values will still be sitting in the minus 20s tomorrow as well, but expecting more sunshine for areas closer to the border. Humboldt Watrous seeing a little bit more cloud cover, but still pops of sunshine throughout the day. For Yorkton tonight, we will see few clouds rolling through. Minus 28 is the expected low. Wind chill still expected to be in the minus 30s tonight. And then into tomorrow, minus 20 again, the expected daytime high. Sunny conditions, winds at 20. But take a look at what's to come over the next 7 days. So look, there is relief, especially heading into next week, but over over the rest of the next few days, it's just a gradual warm up. So minus 20 on Wednesday with a low of minus 30. By Thursday, minus 20, mainly sunny still. Minus 26 is the low. By Friday, we're sitting at minus 14. Again, wind chills probably still sitting in the low minus 20s on Friday. But by Saturday, yes, there is some snow on the way. We're probably looking at a couple of centimeters expected on Saturday. Minus 3 is the expected daytime high, though. So we're climbing well above the daytime average again, which is, as I just mentioned, the minus 11 mark. So minus 3 Saturday, Sunday minus 7, mostly cloudy conditions. And then we start February on Monday. Minus 5 is the expected. Well, I think Sunday is the start. But either way, February, Monday is the start of February as well. A mix of sun and cloud. By Tuesday, cloudy and 0.
Up next, the Yorkton Regional High School Band is looking to participate in a music festival in Edmonton. Find out how you can support them after the break.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization? Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-786-8444 or email yorktonnews@bellmedia.ca. You can appear on CTV Yorkton's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
Our community brought to you by Key Auto Group. Experience clear and simple car buying online all the time.
Welcome back. One particular group of young Yorktonians are looking to go to Edmonton. And we will talk about that. Hello, Katya. How are you?
I am doing pretty great. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you very much. I'll be a little sleepy. I probably need one more coffee.
You know what? I totally get it. It's a Monday, so.
Oh, yeah. So, can you tell me about who are we talking about exactly? Who would like to go to Edmonton?
So our music program at the regional is going to Edmonton. We are going for the Contondo Music Festival. So it's a 4 or 5 day festival for choirs, jazz bands, concert bands, and for a bunch of schools to go and get experience working with clinicians and professional musicians. We get adjudicated and graded, and we get all this musical experience that we wouldn't get in our little small town over here in Saskatchewan.
That sounds super exciting.
Absolutely. The kids are very excited to go.
Yeah, and so is this a regular occurrence? Do you go every single year?
We like to go on a trip every single year. We go on our music tour, usually to some sort of music festival. Last year we went to BC, to the Pacific Northwest Music Festival, and this year we're going to Edmonton. There's a lot of cool music festivals all over Canada that we love to go to and support, and again, just get that music experience for these kids.
So why Edmonton then?
Edmonton is close. We did a big trip last year, so this year we're considering it our small trip. So it's close, it's easy to do, but the festival's just as good as every other.
And right now, in order to be able to go to Edmonton, you're doing a fundraiser.
Yeah, we have a couple fundraisers coming up. There's one we're really excited for in February. We're calling it our grocery grab. So you have the chance to enter into a draw to win a 90-second grocery shopping spree, where you can take your cart, run around and grab as many groceries as you can get. Some restrictions apply, but for the most part, it's fair game.
Okay, is this the first time you're doing something like this?
It is. I had a colleague share the idea with me, and I'm like, this is great. I've never heard of it before. I think this is something really fun that a lot of Yorkton folks would love. Groceries are expensive, and I myself may buy a couple tickets because I could use some free groceries. It'd be pretty great.
Okay, what is the other fundraiser?
So we also have our big band swing dance coming up in March. It'll be March 28th, so mark it on your calendars. Ticket sales will be starting soon. And we're selling some other things, like doing bake sales, working with Ott and Bright's Meat to sell some stuff. We've got lots.
Oh, you're super, super busy these days then.
Always, but it's fun, busy.
Oh, sounds very good. So what do the organization for this entail? For the trip that is, jumping back to Edmonton.
So we got to fundraise to make sure the kids can go. We got to make sure we've got buses to take us there, that the kids are all well practiced with their instruments. We've got to make sure that the kids are all caught up on homework and ready to miss a couple days of school. It's like an extra bonus for them. So I think the kids are working hard to it. It's coming up quick. We're going in April, right after Easter break. So it'll be a lot of work, but it's a fun time.
But it's happening so soon. Like, do you think this time for fundraising would allow for you to collect the money needed?
Absolutely. Yorkton has come through time and time again and supported these kids and said, hey, music is important and music experiences for these kids. I mean, a lot of people in Yorkton are alum from the department, and they want to keep supporting and giving these kids the opportunities that they got when they were in school.
And I hope you don't mind me asking, how much money are you hoping to raise?
The trip itself is probably close to $50,000, and so you have to divide that with all of our students, and we have some students that really appreciate the financial support that sometimes can't get it from anywhere else, so those kids are hopefully raising enough funds for themselves to go on the trip. We also do extra costs throughout the trip that come up, like having for chaperones to come supervise and whatnot, festival fees that come up. So anything that we can get, we'll take.
And where are you right now in terms of progress?
Right now, we're about probably getting close to half. I would say getting close to half.
Okay, that sounds very good.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, hopefully, someone who sees this will go and participate in the 92 seconds grocery.
90 seconds.
90, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought 92. It's so odd.
You know what? Maybe the extra 2 seconds make a difference. They might.
Probably for one more apple or something.
I would take the extra apple. Makes a difference.
You know, one apple a day keeps the doctor away.
That it does.
And I think this is an amazing conclusion.
I love it.
To our little chat. Thank you, Katya, so much for coming in today and telling us about your fundraising.
Of course.
And best of luck with your fundraiser.
Thank you. We are looking forward to it.
Greetings, everyone. The Saskatchewan Roughriders are the most iconic sports team in the land, who believe sport and education play a role in developing young leaders. Now the First Nations University of Canada has received a one-time $60,000 commitment from the Green and White that will support incoming Indigenous students through a bursary and scholarship. Jacob Carr has more on what the investment means for students moving forward.
Representation, opening the door to reconciliation, and education. The Riders are creating a pair of scholarships for the First Nations University of Canada, one for students moving away from home to attend school, the other for academic excellence.
I do know that there are students that want to pursue post-secondary education, but are not supported cannot be supported. Because of the limitations financially within their communities.
The Riders say they were able to make the commitment through the launch and sales of their Indigenous logo merchandise from 2024. The designer of that logo, Chris Chipak, says the announcement of the Away From Home bursary, which supports Indigenous students relocating from their home communities to attend university, hits home for him.
Making the move to come to Saskatoon and come to University of Saskatchewan, it was definitely a cultural shock. To be in a classroom in high school where there was 12 of us to coming into theaters where there's 300.
According to the Rough Riders, as soon as the Indigenous logo was unveiled, the merchandise started flying off the Rider store shelves, sparking a bigger conversation on how the team could give back to the Indigenous community.
We started looking at, what form does that take, and looked at our pillars, our community pillars, and right away education jumped out. And we thought if we can remove some barriers by providing some scholarships to Indigenous students entering First Nations University, that would be a very meaningful way to give back.
Reynolds went on to say that while the scholarships are currently a one-time commitment, the team is still finalizing profits from their colorized 2025 Indigenous logo, so similar announcements may be coming in the future. Jacob Carr, CTV News, Regina.
If you have a story you would like to see in this segment, here's how to reach us. You can contact me by email, and you can also watch past episodes and segments of Indigenous Circle on our CTV Regina and CTV Saskatoon websites.
Indigenous Circle, brought to you in part by Saskatchewan Indigenous Enterprise Foundation, growing the First Nation entrepreneurial spirit.
A recall of some Pizza Pop products have been expanded. The products now include 3 cheese, pepperoni and bacon, deluxe, and 3 meat varieties. This is because of a possible E. coli contamination. The initial recall notice was posted December 21st. As of last month, 23 illnesses have been reported across 7 provinces, including 6 here in Saskatchewan. In eastern Canada, many people are still digging out from the record-setting snowfall, and if you don't have a snowblower, you're in for a major workout. Pauline Chan has some tips on how you can shovel safely.
For some people, the shoveling started last night.
It's decent because we did a bunch of phases yesterday.
Okay.
So I think if we didn't get ahead of it, it would be really hard.
When you're shoveling snow, it's a real strenuous physical activity, and it can have a lot of, extra workload on the heart.
Dr. Alan Grill says it's a full body workout that can stress the heart.
You're using your arms, your legs, your back. Secondly, when it's cold outside, your blood vessels tend to constrict. If people have heart disease, they can narrow because of cholesterol, etc. So if they narrow even more when it gets cold outside, that also increases the stress on the heart. Cold weather increases blood pressure, making the heart work even harder to keep the body going.
Take frequent breaks and don't overload your shovel. Use your legs to bear the weight and try not to twist your spine. Physiotherapist Kate Moffat says she anticipates people will start coming in with aches and strains in the next day or so.
The most common is low back injuries, followed by shoulder or kind of bicep and arm injuries.
And when you come in from the cold?
Our instinct is to rest and be still. And the best treatment for low back pain is to keep yourself gently moving. Simple pelvic tilt, some seated marching, just anything that keeps those muscles moving a little bit is going to help them settling down. Taking a walk just around your home.
She says winter isn't done with us yet, so learn to protect your body. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Our superstars are teaming up for a new tour, and it's going to be in Saskatoon.
And I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears.
Neo and Akon are bringing their Night Like This tour to SaskTel Centre June 22nd, promising every city, every vibe, every night a party. Tickets go on sale to the general public on Friday at 10 a.m. through Ticketmaster. That's all the time I have for your 5 o'clock news. We'll be back at 6 o'clock with your local headlines, but stay tuned. National news is next.